Hi guys, in today's video I want to talk about what exactly am I trying to see on HVAC manifold gauges. So first of all, let's really quick talk about setup. High side being on the high side with its own clamp, make sure it's the right clamp. Low side stays on the low side with its own clamp. Now let's really quick talk about physics. We do know that cup of water at the sea level will boil at 212 degrees. But if you will climb with the same cup of water on the top of Mount Everest, it'll boil with much lower temperature. With different atmospheric pressure, water boils with different temperature. Same thing with the refrigerant. Basically, what manifold gauges shows me, that type of refrigerant with that pressure boiling with this temperature. And at the same time, it tells me that with that pressure, it's boiling with that temperature. Very simple. Gauges just converts pressure to temperature. So what do I see in this specific case? Actually, this is a really good readings. Let's talk it through. So with this pressure, R410 refrigerant boils with this temperature. But my temperature clamp on a liquid line shows me that my temperature this, which means after exiting compressor, my refrigerant cooled down for 10 degrees. And this number is exact number of my targeting subcooling for this specific unit. What does it all mean? It means that this 10 degrees was enough to turn all my hot vapor refrigerant into liquid. My refrigerant condensed itself into liquid. This is exactly why we call an outdoor unit the condenser unit. Now I for sure know that my refrigerant will enter metering device inside evaporator coil as liquid only and system will operate efficiently. Since in this case I have a TXV evaporator coil, I don't need to read superheat readings. But since I see them, what it tells me that with this pressure, my refrigerant boils with that temperature. So this temperature, it's my evaporator coil temperature right now. Refrigerant coming back from evaporator because compressor sucks it in itself. And my temperature clamp from that side tells me that right now temperature is 50 degrees. And this difference give me superheat number, this 17.8. What I can tell just for myself, I can for sure say that if my refrigerant boils with that temperature but returns as this temperature, it's for sure boiled to fully being a vapor, which means my compressor right now sucks only vapor inside without liquid, and we know that every compressor works only based on vapor. And the very last thing, what do I see in this specific case? I see that my unit slightly undercharged. This unit is 20 years old. Who knows how many people connected gauges to it. Maybe there is somewhere micro leak and it lost a little bit of refrigerant. What I would do, I would charge very slowly, quarter by quarter of the pound of R410 refrigerant to increase this number a little bit to make sure that my coil is not freezing, because water freezes at 32 degrees. If it's going to be half degrees lower, the water from warm air from the house will touch the coil walls and become an ice. Right now it's still not like this and it's fine, but it's better to be a little bit higher. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are watched till the end, hopefully it'll teach you something, unless if you knew already everything. And thank you so much. I wish you great summer. Good luck.